بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن.
You understand Urdu or no? Absolutely no. Okay. And you are from West Germany or East Germany?
West Germany.
That's all I know about Germany. In our childhood, it was West and East Germany, and then there was a wall, and that wall was broken, and then they are united Germany. And then Tariq went over there. He's my young brother as well. He was doing PhD from Switzerland, and then he left for postdoctorate in Heidelberg in genetics engineering. So he stayed there, I think, 4 or 5 years. 3 years. And then he came back over here as a professor of biology. So that's all I know about Germany. And when he was studying there, his boss, he joined us in his marriage ceremony. They came over here, both husband and wife. So the girl Uta was German. Uta was German, and husband, his boss, Dr. Jurek, he was Polish. I think he was Polish. So that's all I know about Germany, and the hockey team of Germany. Hockey team of Germany. Yeah, because we are all rivals. In childhood, we are usually used to see the final or semi-final between Pakistan and Germany till 94, 96, I think. This is juice. You can take it. This is pomegranate, I think. मुश्किल कम हो गया आज अंग्रेजी बोलनी पड़ी. So it will be difficult to conversate in Urdu and Germany and English. English you understand?
Yes,
Okay,
no problem.
no problem. Okay, no problem.
You don't have to translate for me.
So, who told you about me? In Germany or over here?
Here.
Here.
The bus to Lahore.
Uh-huh.
To Lahore, I was sitting in the bus.
Uh-huh. In the Daibo?
Yeah, in the bus.
Uh-huh. You met this Omer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talked to him and he told me immediately I have to see you.
So you are interested in spirituality
Yeah,
basically?
that was what we were talking about.
Okay. I am a physician, consultant physician and ICU intensive care specialist, doing medicine for maybe more than 28 years, 30 years now. But 20 years back, got an accidental break, and that is a sad story. It was an infected patient, and I got these tests positive later on. Not disclosing to even family, it was all my own secret as well as misery. Medical science has no answer for me till then. She was, the patient was an IV drug abuser and a sex worker. So she was positive, we found it, she was positive for hepatitis B, C and HIV as well. So those days are gone. So those 2 years were horrible for me, painful, losing weight, continuous state of fear, searching whole day on net or corresponding with my other friends all over the world, any solution, anything, not disclosing that it's me, telling them. So then I met this man, Dr. Then जी आप भी जर्मनी से ही आ रहे हो तो जर्मन आती है आपको बाय चांस मेरे पास जर्मन फ्रेंड आया तो मैंने कहा आज ही आप शी इज़ अ डेंटिस्ट एंड आई थिंक शी वाज इन जर्मनी टिल लास्ट मंथ फॉर पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन और ड्यू टू हस्बैंड्स पोस्टिंग उनकी पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन भी थी और आप पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे थे और वो पोस्टेड थे उधर तो जर्मन कुछ तो सीखी होगी ओके okay. She is also meeting me first time today. She was with me on telephone contact for maybe 6 months or a year. Year. And she herself is a dentist and she got some medical problem. She called me from there. I told her therapy that you just do it yourself, and its prices you have to tell it to the others around your own area. No need to tell about me, no need to give my phone number. I can't attend all the people. So you just tell it and help someone else free of cost, to such an extent that you even will not take thank you for it. Just give it. So I don't know how much she told to others, but she's been in Lahore for maybe a month. She contacted me that I want to meet you, but her daughter got sick. Then she went to the shrine of this person, Babaji. We call him Babaji. He's Sayyid Makhdoom Safdar Ali Bukhari, descendant of our Prophet Muhammad, or from the lineage of all the prophets, from the lineage of Abraham. So his annual death anniversary celebrations, URS, we call it URS, URS. Okay. We were celebrating on 30th of this August. So I was also there, and she went there one day before. She was going towards Islamabad with her husband. He's posted over there in Foreign Office of Pakistan. So later on she contacted me that I met Babaji, but not you yet. So today she came to meet me. And at the same time you came from Germany, so I was feeling a bit happy that at least someone understanding German will be there. But now she's saying she don't understand too much German. And when I was leaving my home now, Dr. Tariq entered with kids, and I told him that I am going to meet one friend from Germany. And today was our family get together at dinner. So my sister and he and other brother, they all coming for the family, but he just left the dinner with me. He told my mom, they know I am going, some German friend is there, and we are going for dua or this spirituality or Babaji's duty. So he also sat with me and we came over here. So, अच्छा जी, तो शकीला नाम बता रहे हो आप? शाजिया पुत्र जी, तो ये दुआ जैसे आप कहते हो ना, मैंने वैसे ही किसी को एक दो को बताया था. अब ज़रा मेथोडिकल वे से लोगों को बताती रहो, असल ड्यूटी है तुम्हारी ये. फैज़ आपके घर में पीछे से है, मुझे नहीं पता, आपके वालिद साहब या वालिदा जो हैं वो आपके दादा दादी नाना नानी में से या तो कोई सैयद है या किसी सैयद की खिदमत की हुई है बहुत, किसी अल्लाह के बंदे के साथ स्पिरिचुअल कनेक्शन पीछे है. और वो जिसका भी था, दरमियान वाली जनरेशन जो होती है वो दुनियादारी करती है और इस्लामिक जो है ना, हम नहीं किसी को मानते, या बस सब अल्लाह है और सब है और बस ठीक है और कहीं जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. दरमियान वाले यहाँ भी होते हैं. और फिर जो थर्ड जनरेशन होती है उनमें से एक फिर पकड़ा जाता है, उसकी ड्यूटी होती है, उसने देनी होती है अपने वक्त पे, ठीक है. और ड्यूटी कुछ भी नहीं है, ड्यूटी प्यार है, ड्यूटी बेगरज प्यार है, बेलौस प्यार है, वो करना होता है. ख़ुद के लिए अपने मसले सारे भूल भाल जाओ, कुछ नहीं है. जहाँ तक अम्मी की अबू का मसला है, घर का, भाई का, वो भी अल्लाह खैर कर देगा, ठीक है. घर में 7 दिन सूरह रहमान ही लगानी है आपने, और अबू को कहना सुन लेंगे वो तो सूरह रहमान, ठीक है ना. और he was my class fellow, medical college days, and I met him after 30 years. I didn't recognize him. He was big belly. He was worried for some medical problem, and he was surprised that what is going on here. And it was his clinic time, so he suddenly stood up and he said, "That's why I came over." So he appreciated me, at the same time criticized me as well. Being a doctor, what is going on? So this is natural. This is natural. If you are different, you have to accept the criticism as well. And for a larger cause, you have to accept the criticism as well. And this criticism is your strength. It's positive criticism grows you and further refines you. My pronunciation is not a problem for you?
I have to.
Sometimes you have to make it.
Yeah.
He was appreciating me for this Nobel cause, but at the same time he was criticizing me that being a specialist doctor, physician, why you are doing this? We know allopathy. And then I asked him why you are here. He said, I have cough and it is not stopped by any drug and I am worried what is going on. So I said, okay, just do this small meditation. And he was saying, what is this? I said, this is meditation, your own healing power. I just connected you with your own power switch and you will be fine. So he was a bit shy at the same time now, and appreciating, but at the same time confused that why being doctor you are doing this. So this is normal, this is natural. पानी नहीं मुझे. So your interest is spirituality?
Yes.
Your profession, personal professional qualification is allopathic medicine?
Yes, I studied and I did 2 years of internal medicine and 2 years in children's psychiatry. And now I just finished 2 years in general surgery.
In general surgery as well. So surgery, internal medicine and psychiatry as well.
Yes, so I guess it's going to be a GP in the end.
Okay. So I think your psychiatric internship must have provoked you or pushed you to go for spirituality?
No, the other way around. Actually.
Other way around.
So I was first interested in it. I saw the most interference, the most similarities actually in psychiatry. Where there's, in a way, healing on it, at least on an emotional basis. So,
You're right.
Chris was telling me he has a mentor in spirituality in Germany. He's from Iran?
No, the traditional from you. He's from Germany.
East Germany. And he guided you. He's your mentor.
Yes.
He is my mentor. And he passed away in 2005. It's been now 14 years. But he is just love. He taught me about my own self. He let me recognize my own self, appreciate my own self, what I am, why I am here on this planet Earth, and from where I came, is there any creator, and if he is there, what I owe to him, what he wants from me, and where I was before this form and where I will go after this form, and is this all relevant in the afterworld or not. So apart from all the religions, I have studied all the life of different people, and I found all the religions are preaching or stressing at least for justice. So if the justice is there, at least peace will be there. But usually in our lives, we are not in justice, neither with our own selves nor with others. And once we are interfering in the breathing space of others, the problem started. So then the society has to make some rules, and the people who are breaking those rules, we call them criminals, or we incriminate them or penalize them or whatever. This is society. Same is for religions or other forms. But the religious people or the prophets or saints, they were the people, I found them, they were very noble, very peace-loving, very soft-hearted, very sensitive people, and through these attributes and this kind of sensitive and sincere people, they got the connection with that other world, whatever the world is. They claimed that they are getting signals or scriptures or messages or books, and they started telling other people this is the book revealed from the other side. So if I analyze Abrahamic faiths, all Abraham or Moses or Jesus or Muhammad, so all the four their preachings are all almost the same, stressing on humanity, justice, equality, love, forgiveness, and the main concept that, oh man, you are not all in all, someone is watching over you and you are answerable to him. So don't be oppressor. There might be one day you are answerable for your doings. So at least we are not doing injustice to others and our own selves. This is the main method. I would say the ideology behind this all religions or living together in a society, to be just with your own self and the others. But once living on this planet, you are met with certain situations where you have no choice, where you have no answer to your any new problem or any calamity you face. And in that situation, usually every being is looking for superpower or supreme power. They are calling different names: Lord, God, Allah, Bhagavan, Ram, whatever their level of understanding is. So this connection is the main connection, which is hope that I have someone bigger with me and who is all capable of doing anything, and the help is coming. The difficult days or difficulty will be over one day, and it is coming. And once you are living with others, you have to sacrifice, you have to forgive, you have to share, you have to care, and then a society can be well gelled. If everyone is just like a businessman, 2 plus 2, and at the same time greedy or usurper or oppressor, then this society will be destroyed or will be shattered, not in harmony. And hatred, envy, bias, jealousy, all will creep in. This is a general ideology of all the religion as well as the humanity or spirituality, whatever you call it. So the man told me at that time, gave me this message. Okay, just listen this these were few verses of Quran, and he said just listen it. And the main message in those verses is love. The main message is unconditional love. The Lord is giving you everything, whether you are atheist, whether you are believer, whether you are non-believer. The basic things are for everyone. So it is not Lord who is making a child sick or a child is born due to some congenital defect. No. Even a Muslim mother may be giving a birth to a sick child, and a non-believer mother is having a healthy child. So where the things get wrong, I found it, according to his guidelines, it was hatred. It was hatred in mom or father in those 9 months. And it is affecting the same frequency, the same blood which is growing over here. The mother is hating father for some reasons. Our mother is in disagreement or in hatred with her mother-in-law or father-in-law. Maybe, I don't know in your society whether they are living together or not. In our society they are living together. Majority or 50% we are living together. Still I am living together. We are living together in a combined family system. This is beautiful as well as sometimes cumbersome. But if it is love, if it is justice, it's beautiful. If it is greed, I would say greed or selfishness, then you cannot live together. You have to give and take, you have to sacrifice, you have to care and share, and then you can grow a good society or a home. Home is a basic unit of a society. So when he told me that you are a doctor and Lord is introducing himself as just love, Al-Rahman, or the beneficent, the merciful, in this particular recitation, it's just love. He's saying that I made this universe. and everything is there, mentioning many things. But at the same time, you leave me, you people forget me, you people don't bother me, you people never obey me, no problem. Like if I got in love with you, but you are not bothering me, I am badly in love with you. So I am giving you different gifts, and you are even taking gifts, but you are not bothering me. You are having an affair with someone else, and you are not honest with me, or cheating or whatever. But I am keep giving you the best of my gifts, with a strong faith or hope that one day, how many gifts you will ignore. One day you will love me. You will come back to me. And this is all what he is saying over here. He is, in this recitation, he is just saying that which of my favors you will deny. Okay, one day at least you will look to me. Like he is desperate, I should look to him. How much he is loving to me, like a mom, rather maybe 70 times of mom's love. He introducing his love, he's giving this mayar of love is mom's love. He's saying mom's love, my love is 70 times more than mom's love. You may listen it. So the parameter of love, to measure the love, he chose mother's love, which is unconditional. Every mother loves his child unconditionally. So he is just to guide us, giving this example of mother, that I loves you even 70 times more than your mom. It's not a love of boy or girl or man or woman, but it's beyond gender, it's beyond good or bad even. He's even mentioning, even if you are sinful, I still wait for you. And how many times, till when you will ignore me, I'll keep waiting for you. So he told me, you just listen it, you will be cured. I said, how come? How come this is possible? What this man is saying? But he said, clean your heart. I said, it's already clean, I'm a very pious man. He said, no, forgive all. I said, I don't have any hatred for anyone. He said, okay, forgive that lady whose needle pricked you. And I was a bit, because he was very sick in pneumonia and in the terminal state of life due to AIDS or all this thing. So she was very restless, and we were trying to pass up this IV central line I was passing. It was a bit mistake of the staff. No IV access was available, and her oxygen sats were below 70. She was going, PCP was there, and they just brought her in from emergency inside ICU that anytime CPR is there, please put her on vent. So we have to give some anesthesia or anything else. At that time, 99, we don't have this laughing gas or nitrous oxide available. All I have was to give her some IV, but there was no way and nothing else. And my nurses told me that we can't do anything. I said, okay, give me the central line. And I was passing the central line. I was in first break, I was there. I just put this 10 cc needle over there, and I was threading in. And at the same time, I just asked for the needle to stitch it there. That time, this my sister, the staff nurse, she was removing that needle with IV cannula from that place to some other place. That time, the patient, she somehow got her hand free, and she tried to grab the staff nurse's hair or something. She hit her. So while just evading her or trying to avoid her hit, this staff nurse somehow she just did like this, and this needle, she just, at the same time I was asking to give me needle, and I through and through. So it happened. So whose mistake? My first reaction was on the patient, because it was she, and I just did her head over here, because the needle was also bleeding going on, or all these things I have to take care as well, and at the same time the thing has happened, whatever. So it was almost 18 months or maybe 19 months when I met him, and through one of my junior doctors, she, like a secret will, she said, okay, you meet him, or like there is a Baba, and I was non-believer in these things. So anyways, I met him, and he loved me. He said me, "Oh, mad doctor." no, what is this? Why he's calling me mad? He said, okay, listen this, with love, clean your heart, forgive all, rather pray for your enemies. This was a difficult step. He said, rather pray for your enemies and pray for blessings for all of your enemies in your life, because they are all creatures of Lord, and Lord loves his all creatures whether they are bad or good. He was even trying to save the Pharaoh, and he was sending Moses and instructing him, Moses, be gentle to him. Although according to the story the Pharaoh has already killed many kids or whatever, but still he was insisting to Moses, Moses, be gentle to him. Even in Quran the words are be loving to him, iltafat, talk to him with love. So I already have read those words but never thought like this. So he said he loves you as well, and he is waiting for you. You just say his name 3 times in your heart. And he gave me some water. He said, just take half glass of water, close your eyes, clean your heart. His whole stress was clean your heart. There should be no hatred for any human being. Whether someone raped you, whether someone fleeced your whole money, whatever hurt it is, you just forgive him by praying for them. So I said, okay. So he said, just pray for them for the sake of Lord, because they are like kids of Lord. So a mother will be very happy if you are loving its dirty child. So it was all psychiatry. He was saying, okay, you just forgive them for the sake of Lord, and beg the Lord that please do blessings to all of my enemies, and then with extreme love in your heart, you also say to Lord, all of my good deeds, if you want to give to those whom I have ever hurt. So this was another step. I never thought that I might have hurt many others as well. So he said, you tell Lord that any good deeds I have, by praying or by doing good deeds to others, whatever I have, if I have ever hurt someone, you give my deeds to them, compensate, so their hearts get softer for me, and then if still something left, Lord, it's your discretion, you give to anyone needy one. So now, doctor, you left with only sins. All you have is your own sins. Now go in front of your Lord, like a kid go in front of mom when the whole pamper is wet, or she just give him bath and give a new dress to him, and he just went to the playground and he spoiled whole clothes. Or whether he passed the poo in the pampers. Now he is coming slowly with all the dirty clothes, and the mom knows from his walk, even from his face or from the clothes or by the smell, that he has spoiled the whole thing. But mom did not say anything. She waits till he comes nearby, and she ignores him. She wants to know now how he accepts. Now how he admits. The way this child sheepishly, with shame, slowly say, Mama, sorry. And she loves this gesture of repentance, of shame. She just hugged it, cleaned her kid immediately, and gave him a bath or washing and new clothes, and her kid is the best kid in the world. So similarly, the Lord is waiting for you, doctor. You go in front of him inside your heart. He is very much inside your thoughts even. He is listening to your thoughts. This was the point. He said, even if you say something in your heart, it radiates even outside and it affects the others. So it is your choice. You are saying love in your heart or you are saying hatred in your heart. I took 14 years to see this physically happening. I was seeing some patient's pulse. He was like a very sensitive person. His problems were, he came to my clinic, he was running a school chain, and he said, I don't know what is going on with me. I cannot say prayers, or I cannot listen the azan or any scripture. or someone is sitting beside me and doing some recitations, I cannot tolerate, my heart beating starting down, I got shivering or like this, very psychological kind of symptoms. I was just listening to him quietly. I said, okay, come over here. I did first his body weight, and like my examination, and I asked him, okay, lie down on this examination couch. He lied down there. Now I was examining his pulse, and he was lying comfortably, his wife is sitting there, and while counting his pulse, he's relaxed and lying. Inside my heart, I said Allah, not with tongue, not with voice, inside my heart, I said Allah. The man shrieked like, ah! And his wife, she stood up. Doctor, what you said? Please don't recite anything to him. He'll be in problem. So the man was visibly shaken, and I was surprised. Although he told me 14 years back, my mentor told me, and I believed him, but physically to see this was astonishing to me. I just kept thinking, and I told him, I didn't do anything. What happened to you? He said, I don't know. I said, be calm. And immediately, I again in my heart said, Allah. And again he was in the same posture. So his wife was totally outrageous. He said, no, we already told you, don't do this. Now he cannot walk. How I'll bring him to home? He will be in like a stuporous or comatose state in a few minutes, and he will not be able, in a paralyzed state for maybe hours, and his heartbeat will not be controllable, maybe 110, 120, 130, what you did to him. So I said, you sit over there. And third time I did the same, Allah. And the man again did the same, and he was like, just like a anesthetized kid. Then I told him, okay, stand up. The wife said, no, now he cannot. I said, he will stand up, and he stood up. The wife was surprised, how come? And he told her, I got what I was searching for 14 years. I think now I can bear these things. I said, yes, now you can. You are a blessed kid. This energy is already inside you. Your mom was taking care of it. Your mom died, I think 12 years back, and then you started suffering all this. He said, this is right. This is the true story. But what is the link between these things? I said, mom is a major control house. Okay? And you are a blessed kid. I think she took you from Lord with lots of prayers. Might be either she was not having a kid for many years of marriage, or maybe you have many sisters before you and no son was there. He said, yes, I have 3 sisters elder to me, and it was one of my mother's uncle who never married, and people call him some kind of saint, and she asked him that I want a boy this time, and you are telling other people and you are a saint for others, and you are useless for me. I am your niece, so I want a boy this time. And he loved her like this, paired 3 times, and he said, okay, the boy will be there and you should call this name for him. And then I born after 10 months, and then she put me in his lap, but after a month or so he died. But my mother brought me up and never told me this story till she was in the last year of her life. She told me this whole story, and then suddenly mom died and this all started happening in it. But I never related this to my mother's death. I said, no, in 12 years you must have met some spiritual mentor, but I think you are never connected properly with someone, or either you left him or he died. He said, yes, I met one Sayyid, the descendant of Prophet, that we call them Sayyid. So he said, no, I one person I met, and while sitting with him, I was fine. But whenever I go away, I started this all feelings, and he said, this is all I can do. So later on he died within 6 months, and nobody took responsibility of me, and you are the first person who is now telling me these things, and I am surprised you are a doctor. I came over here for high blood pressure and palpitations, and you are asking me these things. I told him that this is love, extreme energy, but at the same time your energy level is already purified by someone, and it is concentrated. You don't have to do some kind of recitations or increase this charge. You are already fully charged. Now it is time to disperse. It is time to give energy to the others, to distribute. Rather than charging and charging and charging your own self, it will be overcharging and nothing else. If you want to boil the milk, it is already boiled. So no use of now putting the stove under it and keeping on boiling it. No use of it. So he understood this thing. And now he is doing the same duty like me. He is guiding people other. I told him, you put your fingers on someone's pulse, you say 3 times in your heart Allah, and tell him to do the same prayer or dua we call it, or meditation. Clean your heart, look inside, clean your heart, forgive all. Inside your thoughts, say to your Almighty Creator, Lord, Allah, Bhagwan, talk to him inside. Inside. He is most near inside, if he is there. First you decide whether he is there or no. I tell these all students, many of them doctors, some are lawyers, or different walks of life. Most of them get cured, and now they are doing this to next people. Sometimes new patients do come, they want to directly come to me. Otherwise I usually tell them to discourage this attitude. You do it at your ends, and you can do the same thing. That this is a side job to help others in misery and disease, on social illnesses or financial illnesses or whatever. So just guide them that they do have this energy, this connection, and they can do it, and do it for 7 days and all this, and then they can tell to others. Even if they are not telling others, at least they can help themselves. So there is no use to come to me. People who are coming to me or only get benefited if they start this self-practical. There is no use of lecturing or blah 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 blah, no talking, no. They should themselves help others, and if they got some strange case, then they can come and discuss with me, and we can help him or guide him or deal that case together like a consultant team, and we can do it. Otherwise, do the job. Already there is so many misery, and love is very, very rare entity nowadays. Love means unconditional love, not lust, not trade, not gender, not sex, nothing material. It's immaterial thing. The unconditional love, motherhood, I would say, the form of mother. Mentor is mother. Baba says mentor is mother. Baba, we call him Baba. So he says fakir maa hota hai, is mother. So mother is loving to the boy and son and dirty son or the good son. For mother they are same. I never found any mother disposing of her congenitally abnormal kid into the hellfire or into the fire. Rather they are taking care of cerebral palsy kids maybe for years. Father is sometimes maybe not taking care of them. So mother's love, I would say. So the whole crux or the theory behind it was unconditionality. Unconditional love, help for others. Once you started doing it, I think it increases your energy. Your unconditionality creates attraction to the other people who are in search of it, and this mutual bond increases this I would say ball of energy in size, and this circle increases, and one central point may be Babaji, or if today I am sitting over here, so this nucleus is there, the electrons are there. They are already, I will not say electrons are negatively charged, I will say they are less positive charged. So no negativity is there, like there is no darkness, it's the absence of light. And the light or life is love, and unconditional love. So this is what I am doing, I am practicing. For kids less than 12 years, we guide them. The kid is not sick, it's the parents. Parents should listen. Parents should do this meditation of 1 minute 3 times Allah, 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 or God, God, God in heart, and then take 3 sips of water. Kids get cured. I have seen autism improving. I have miraculously improving. I have seen congenital diseases improving. One family came from Scotland. They were with me on phone for maybe a year, and their son is, I think, 16, 17 years old and congenitally suffering mitochondrial disease. And he improved. He's walking now, and they were surprised. Both the parents are. One is a PhD doctor, other is doctor. Mother is pathologist. They came over here. That what is this? I said, you do your research. You people do. I don't have means to research. You have an example at your home. Now you explain it to the world. He said, this is Islam, greatness of Islam. No. Islam means peace. Don't do it. Don't give it a name of a particular religion. Then people might get offended, or they might think that this is some kind of preaching is going on. So, like sun doesn't need any arguments. The light is there. Whether someone accepts it or not, the sun is there. It doesn't need any logic or any debate. It is there. Same is for Islam. Islam means peace. So if peace is there, people will automatically pull towards it. If it is peace, it's not peace, it is some kind of politically motivated, sponsored religion for some particular war. So till how long you will hide it, and it will get exposed with many side effects, and many wrongdoings leads us to the disaster later on. Everyone, I think humanity did these experiments many times, and few learned, few of us learned. Rest again doing and repeating the same mistakes. Anyways, this is the whole crux of this ideology. I would say that the hatred is the root cause of all hatred, lust, envy, bias. These are the root cause of all the diseases or illnesses. Unconditional love is the healing. And you just born to your creator, whatever the name you are calling him, the supreme power, the creator of this universe. If any mobile phone, I think this is from Korea, they might have made 1 million sets like this, now sold all over the world, but still, if I woke up in the morning, it is already updated by the company. They are still in touch with it. They are still repairing it. They are still in connection with it. So that company of Korea or Japan, it is still taking care of this small shit piece, and they are in touch with it, and they are updating it, and they are taking care of it. Even if I get it, some viruses there, they are taking care of it. So how my creator is ignorant about me? No, he is in connection with me, but might be I have put off the switch of company default settings and then I am suffering. बच्चे खुश होंदे पे ने साढ़े सार नूं कितनी अंग्रेजी आती है साढ़े पिंड मुंडा आया ना बाहर ही विआह ने कर लिया उत्थे बच्चे होए घर आया ਉਹਦੀ ਦਾਦੀ ਕਹੇ ਛੱਡੋ ਪਰੇ ਚੂੜੀ ਵਿਆਹ ਲਿਆਇਆ ਉਹ ਬੱਚੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਟੁੱਟ ਪੈਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਆਖਰ ਤੱਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਈ ਨਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਅੱਬੇ ਨੂੰ ਆਈ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਛਾ दुआ कर लें. You will join with us in this meditation? Okay. For you I will say in English first and then in Urdu, or first I say in Urdu or English. Okay. Okay, close your eyes. अपनी अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें. Feel inside your heart. Feel your heartbeat or your breathing even. Your creator is well inside you. अपने सांसों में, अपने लू में, दिल की धड़कनों में अपने अल्लाह को महसूस करो जो आपकी शारक से भी ज़्यादा करीब है. तो अपनी शारक तक जाएं कि आप हैं और अल्लाह है. 1-2 मिनट में ध्यान उधर हो जाएगा. Just try to see with the eyes of your heart, not with these eyes. try to feel Him. Lord is pain, feeling. So just go in front of Him, feel Him. If you can't, then clean your heart. Forgive all the people. You should not have any hatred, any revenge, any envy, bias for anyone. All are humans, we are descendants of one father. So all are having same kind of color of blood. So just forgive all the people, whosoever ever hurt you. आज तक जिस किसी ने भी आपका दिल दुखाया, ज़्यादती की है, हक मारा है, आज अल्लाह की खातिर, अल्लाह की बेवकूफ़ मखलूक समझते हुए उसे दिल से दुआ दे दें कि या अल्लाह मैंने अपने खुले और छुपे दुश्मनों को भी माफ़ किया, तू भी उन पे करम कर, फजल कर, रहम कर, बरकत कर, मैंने उन्हें माफ़ किया, तू भी उन्हें माफ़ कर. So deep inside your heart say, Allah, I forgive all my enemies and you also please forgive them and bless them with more mercy. You are just talking inside yourself. अपने अंदर ही अंदर आप अल्लाह से बात कर रहे हैं. अब अपनी सारी नेकियां भी अल्लाह को दे दें. जितने सवाब या नेकियां आपने कमाई हैं जो सिर्फ अल्लाह की खातिर किए हैं. नेकियां अल्लाह की खातिर मखलूक खुदा का भला करने से मिलती हैं. ना जन्नत के लालच में, ना दोज़ख के डर से, ना दुनिया को दिखाने के लिए जो की जाएँ वो नहीं, जो सिर्फ अल्लाह के लिए की जाएँ. इसी तरह जो इबादत, तस्बीह, वजीफ़े कुछ भी आप सिर्फ अल्लाह के लिए करते हैं कि अल्लाह इसके काबिल है, उसके नतीजे में सवाब भी मिलता है, वो सब कुछ अल्लाह को पेश कर दें कि या अल्लाह जिसका दिल मेरे से या मेरे बड़ों से हमसे दुख गया है, दानिस्ता या नादानिस्ता, गलती से या इरादतन, अगर हमने किसी का दिल दुखा दिया है, किसी का नुकसान कर दिया है, किसी की या ले ली है, चाहे वो तेरा करीबी बंदा था, तेरा कोई वली अल्लाह था, या किसी की शान में गुस्ताखी कर दी है, या वैसे ही कोई भी इंसान था, तो या अल्लाह हमारी नेकियों में से, हमारे सवाब में से जो तू मुनासिब समझता है तलाफ़ी के तौर पे उन्हें दे दे, ताकि उन लोगों के दिलों में भी हमारे लिए रहम आ जाए और हमारी जान छूट जाए और जो गुनाह बच जाएं, जो सवाब बच जाएं, जो आपकी नेकियां बच जाएं, या अल्लाह अगर कोई बच जाएं तो वो नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को दे दे, वो अपनी सारी उम्मत पे बांट दें. और फिर अपने गुनाहों समेत उसके आगे पेश हो जाएं. जैसे बच्चा भी कपड़े गंदे करके माँ के आगे आ ही जाता है, माँ फिर उसे धो देती है, लेकिन वो मानता है उसके आगे कि अम्मी मैं गिर गया हूँ या बीच में पेशाब निकल गया या कुछ हो गया है. ये जो शर्मिंदा गुनाहगार अल्लाह से बात करता है वो उसे बहुत पसंद है. तो अपने गुनाहों समेत उसके आगे जाएं और अपने दिल के कानों से सुने वो क्या कह रहा है. उससे पहले प्यार से 3 बार उसे अपने दिल में आवाज़ दें, अल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह, बहुत प्यार से, और आंखें बंद करके बैठे रहें कि अल्लाह क्या कह रहा है. सो जस्ट फॉरगिव देम ऑल एंड नाउ ऑफर योर ऑल गुड डीड्स टू द लॉर्ड द क्रिएटर, दैट ओ अल्लाह, ओ लॉर्ड, whatever good deeds or good energy I have, I offer it to those, you give it to them whosoever I have ever hurt. If I deliberately or unintentionally, if I ever hurt someone, give my good deeds to that person, so his heart also gets softens for me as a compensation. And whatever good deeds I have, it is all for you, you can give it to any one needy one. All you are left with your sins only. So now with all your sins, go in front of your Allah and with extreme passion you can say 3 times His name inside your heart, Allah, 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 in your thought, or God, 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 whatever you want, but say it with extreme love, extreme passion. बहुत प्यार से कहना आपने 3 बार अल्लाह. And then just listen with the ears of your heart. Just feel it.
خلق والشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار.
Open your eyes. It hardly takes 20-21 minutes, 3 times a day for 7 days. Doesn't cost anything. Any patient, even in ICU, they can listen it with earphones. Even in coma, they can listen it. 3 times a day for 7 consecutive days. For sickness, for any problem, they can listen it. And after listening, if they can drink, they can take half glass of water, close the eyes, and with extreme love say 3 times Allah, 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 or God, God, God in their heart, and then take 3 sips of water and then open their eyes. For all kind of sicknesses, what you felt?
That here.
Whatever you felt, purely you say. Whatever your expression is, impression is.
Now I feel very good. I think the visually it's very intense now. Looking around. During the prayer, I was with myself actually. I can't really say what I felt. It was just like in a state of peace in a way.
Peace,
Yeah.
love, peace, extreme energy. It's all within ourselves. We can use it rightly or wrongly. Like a gun, Kalashnikov gun, in the hands of an army man or on the border, he is protecting, or he is doing a job of security, or a policeman, he is doing policing with the gun, and the same gun is in hand of a robber or in a thief, and he is using it to fleece money or looting others. Or same gun, I can kill my own self, suicide. This use of the same gun is different in the hands of a policeman or a security man or a army man, and in the hands of a robber or a person doing suicide or killing someone else for undue reason. The gun is same. It's the use which is making difference. Policeman is also killing someone but nobody will charge him. Or the army man may be killing on the border, but nobody will charge him. And this energy, our own energy, we may be using it as positive or negative. We may use it for hatred and we may use it for love. And if the love is unconditional, no, it's the best religion. Unconditional love. That's the strongest religion, and it's healing power. Like the moment you do it on the company default settings, it is fine. All data deleted, whatever the viruses are there. The company default settings, and they will go and the whole software is again cleaned, like a one-day baby. If we surrendered our whole data to the company, and they clean it, and it's ready again for use, while sitting far off there. So this concept of Lord is necessary for the peace on earth. Yes.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's big. It's beyond anyone's comprehension. It's beyond anyone, but it is there. Some kind of extreme energy in the form of love. He's tolerating us. We are most of the time not following him, but he's tolerating us like a mother. That's all I know about him, because I just know these things. I don't know, but this is my own perception, not due to religion. This is my perception. Someone is there with such a, it is not produced accidentally. Steve Jobs, with extreme passion and love, he produced it. And then now if he comes and he will say, oh, what is going on? So many further apps and so many further development. So someone planned this whole universe, and like a big painter, we are just like ants, we are nothing for him. But he is just taking care of us still, like the company is taking care of this set still, and it is well connected with it, taking care of it, and it's two-way traffic from both sides. So if we do believe in him, he is already taking care of us. If we love him, we will love our brethren as well, the other fellow creatures. This phone is not in competition with the other sets of the same company. They are just serving. The company made it for serving. So we are here for some service. So if we can serve others and serve our own self as well, it's the common cause. It's the oneness. It's the oneness. The most common thing is that energy, the love, the unconditional love. We are not giving him anything, but we are giving to him. But all we have to do is surrender in front of him. If we surrender in front of him, we are zero to him. And with love, we are just serving others. That's all. That's all I felt. I don't know how they are getting cured, how their things are going on. I don't know. But they are saying their problems are solved. Sometimes they attribute it to me. But I honestly told them there is no my role. I have no role in it. All I did is I like a postman, I just gave you a message from this man. He might have perceived it from him, or somehow he just thought and his life conclusion was love. So he just told me, and I am telling you, and you start living like this, and you will see the results. And results are beautiful. Results are beautiful. Beyond caste, creed, religion, ethnicity, color, character, even character. He did this whole job in the red light area of Lahore. He started it from there. Yes. And those girls were telling this message, and they were giving the same results. So character doesn't matter. It's the passion. It's the purity of thought. It is the purity of cause. And it's simply unconditional love and nothing else. Dr. Urs is from Germany, and one of my nephew met him in bus, and he was traveling as a tourist all over the world, interested in spirituality. So Umair told him to go on Saturday setting, so he came over here. Dr. Kiran is a surgeon, a specialist surgeon, consultant surgeon, being in USA as well, but now serving over here. But at the same time, like you, she's interested in this spirituality, which I don't call it spirituality, it's just love. Spirituality might be something very big, I don't know. Anyone having love and humanity, that is spirituality. That's simple definition, humanity. If you have humanity, that's spirituality. If you don't have humanity inside, it's lust. Lust is left inside, lust or selfishness. Then spirit is no more there. अच्छा जी पुत्र जी की समझ आई तेनू? She came to me today and she is disclosing that she met the same person even 10 years before me. I think in 94, 95, she was a college going girl, and one of her teachers was in problem, and Baba's stepdaughter was studying with her. They were in same college school, and she told them, okay, my father is sometimes telling some method. If you people want to come, you come, it is for free, and he will help you out. She accompanied them with the teacher and the girl in problem and her mother. So these four people went to him, and she said, I was afraid because light was not very much enough, and plus I was thinking that this man might be using some black magic or some jinni or some kind of supernatural thing. So she was reciting Quran inside to protect herself, like connecting to Lord. They were sitting, and she was saying that I was reciting in heart, not with my lips. Or so the person said to them, who is reciting out of you? She said, I kept quiet. Then he pinpointed her that no need to recite. Why you are afraid? And she said, I was afraid. Then she changed the recitation. She changed the recitation, and he said, now you started this recitation. And she was doing it inside heart. So she was surprised that what is going on, how he can know my heart inside out. So then she said, I took his phone number, and for my own problem or my love, I just call him 3-4 times. But then many elders and even wife of Babaji, she scolded her that this man is some kind of gone. No need, you are a young girl, why you are coming for this? No need to come over here, don't call him, or like this. So she left him. And she suddenly saw one of my videos on YouTube, and most of those are in Urdu, but few are in English as well. And if you have this WhatsApp, if you have WhatsApp number, I will send you a German voice clip. One girl over there, she got healed, and she sent me then whole message in German language, and she is spreading it over there. She is Pakistani, but now she is living there, married to an American there, and she is doing PhD over there, Sadia Khan. So she sent me this 18 minutes translation of my voice clip, and she said, if you allow me in German, I will send to other people who understand German. I said, okay, fine. Today I was searching for your this WhatsApp number. I thought might be you have WhatsApp on this Pakistani number, but it was not there. You have a German number? You may add it over here, and then I will send it to, just add it over here. Add the country code as well. Yes. Give a bell over here. Okay. This is yours number, and WhatsApp is on this. Okay. And this is Dr. Urs. Urs in our language, Urs means bride.
Okay.
And Arusi means bride day, or the day of wedding. Yes, wedding day. So Urs means that death anniversary. Usually people are weeping on death of someone. So these people who loves Allah, or like they are in love of the Creator, they say, don't weep when we are leaving. Beat the drums, dance. At least from this jail we are going, and we are meeting Him today. At least our Creator, we are going back to Him. This is their concept. And on that day, we really felt like this. We were weeping and we were dancing. And now every year we go over there. just to pay tribute to him, we can't. He never took a single penny from anyone. Rather, if someone is saying thank you, he says, no, I don't take thank you. Go and heal 10 others. So, selfless person. And what you will give him? Love, salute, and nothing else. So, I got it. This girl Sadia Khan, she has polyendocrine neoplasia, meant to multiple endocrine neoplasias, and they were treating her in Germany, and she did this therapy, and suddenly all the glands in the scans they didn't found, and they said, what the hell is going on? And all the assays of hormones and all these things, they improved. She told them, and they were interested. They said, what is, how come? She told them, she kept on discussing with them from February, I think. She called me, yes, February 4th is the first time she contacted me, and she told me that, doctor, you can, these are her scans over there and her reports. So I told her, just do it, and then you are free to do. So she was afraid. She was nowadays Google is there. She herself was researching too much and thinking about her disease. Few scans she got done from Canada even, and they sent her to Canada as well for some biopsies and other things. But somehow, miraculously, she got recovered. And in April, she sent me this Jaman. I will send it to you. So this audio experience of my Surah Rahman, this is what she wrote to me. I will share it with you. She sent me, okay, if you approve it, I will spread it over here. I hardly knows German, so I took his help, and he said this is exact translation of what she's saying. So now she's spreading it over here. It will come to you. The audio will come to you. Audio. This is the audio clip of 18 minutes. People were calling him bad names. Media was against him. They made a joke out of him. At that time, he was using those girls of the dancing area, dancing girls. People are going over there, they are drinking wine, overdosed, alcoholics, and for womenization. They are going in that area to see their dance and at the same time just party. And he is sitting over there. And suddenly he used to play this musical Sufi song, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. The girl was connected to Babaji. Okay, he will guide them when I say you start playing this and you start doing this Dhamal or Sufi music, like Rumi's Darwesh is whirling like this. So this girl is doing this and music is that going on. And Baba will suddenly say, those 10-15 males are sitting there doing alcoholism, or they are already under the effect of drugs, or they are just hooligans, or they have no respect for that girl. She is a vote for them, or a dancing girl. So suddenly Baba will say, oh, if you people want healing from black magic or hepatitis C, B, or AIDS, or whatever, keep looking at her feet. Keep looking at her feet with this music and you will get cured. So they start laughing when there is nonsense going on. But if they start concentrating on her feet, suddenly they will start throwing either their bottles or they just store away their clothes, starts weeping, fell down on the ground, trying to kiss her feet, begging forgiveness from the lady. And weeping and weeping and weeping, and the others are stunned. What is going on? They says he is doing spell on them, but that was the purity. The girl was pure. She was not doing it on purpose. She was, you can say, sold out slave from childhood. No parents, no real parents. Never saw the true love. And Baba is there, and they are saying it was the pure love we are feeling from him. and he told us that your Lord is still there and he is still with you and he will get you out of here. You just do it. So one of those people someday will come and say, I want to marry this girl and I want to take her away from this. And he changed that whole area. More than 300 girls, they got married and left that place. And people happily married with them. And they are living their lives. But that time they were dancing. And the person, if you ask them what the hell was that day going on or what you felt, they say, no, it was not her feet. It was a light. And the light was dancing and my heart started doing Allah, Allah, Allah or something. And I was just started feeling that I am thinking she's a wrong girl or she's a whore or she's a slut and I am pious man. And suddenly the whole scenario changed. And I tried to lick that feet or kiss that feet. If this music or feet are doing this, Allah or light, what is going on here? So these people are very strong people. Love is the strength. Unconditionality is the same. It's the purity. This music, I can transfer. You just close your eyes and just feel it by your heart. Close your eyes and just feel it.
कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त इको विरुद्ध है दम दम अली अली इको विरुद्ध है दम दम अली अली सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त लजपाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त इको विरुद्ध दम दम अली अली मस्त मस्त मस्त
दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त मस्त दम मस्त कलंदर मस्त
सगा मामा पापा मगन सगा मामा पापा निरिदा शामा उचिया तेरी नपीरा अनेरी नपीरा आसा है तेरी नपीरा मेरी पीरा इको विरदे दम दम अली अली
इको वीरदे दम दम अली अली
सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त
सखीलाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त
लजपाल कलंदर मस्त मस्त
दम मस्त
One video might be I
So
have.
you was using that track or? Yeah, this track.
Sometimes we are using it for healing as well for certain people. Like psychologically sick. You are already in some other state, so I'm not using that recitation for them. Or maybe they are drug addicts or under the influence of our drugs. If we write it, it is fine. It is already addiction. The antipsychotics, majority narcotics or anesthesia. If we are giving, this is healing and this is treatment. I never saw anyone got treated. I never saw anyone got treated by psychiatrist. 100%. Have you saw schizophrenia cured?
No, it just gets.
Bipolar disorder cured? No. OCD cured? We are just masking it. Like we are giving anesthesia to that person
Yeah.
for some operation, and his business is in tatters and he is in problem, he is depressed or whatever. We give him anesthesia. Once he is out of that anesthesia, maybe after 1 year drug course, his problem is still there. So he will
Yeah.
be in the same mood again, or might be the family problem or his surroundings. So I never saw this addiction as remedy. Even these SSRIs or anti-dopamine, anti-serotonin and whatever, we cannot fine-tune the exact combination of all the neurotransmitters. With these drugs, even we are still not keeping the balance. The balance is nature. The natural composition is the main thing. So it is disturbed. It got disturbed by some external factors or whatever. Sometimes it is coming in the genes, like in the indigenous depression in the family. It's curse of someone in the past. It's the curse. It's the curse.
You should.
Yeah, it's a curse. It's a curse. I got so much money and property in inheritance from my grandpa. And he was a big landlord, so I am Mr. X5. Okay? If he got so many blessings from other people by helping them, those blessings will travel to till as well. Money is coming to you. So if he has earned some curses, and 10 generations back, my elder, he earned a curse. I openly admitted it. My grandfather, he told this story to all next generation. Never do this. We suffered it seven generations. And he told me that according to genetics, this division of genes, it goes mathematically till the seventh part, it is effective. That was scientific thing he was telling me. Otherwise, he told them, maybe 80 years back, my grandfather, he told all his sons and the other grandchildren, I was not there, so he told them, tell this story to the next generation as well. Never ever take a curse, never hurt someone. And Babaji also said to me that day one, never hurt someone, never hurts anyone's feelings or anything. It's a bit spicy, if you like it. We call it langar. These are rice with maybe some chicken in it and some curd or yogurt. And we call it langar, the Sufi tradition of serving meals as well to the guests.
Share some experience. Even I made it at my home. First of all, my father was suffering from hypertension. We used all kind of medicines, all kind of treatments, but got no results. The BP was all the time 160 or 110. This way. I got worried. I loved him. I talked to this Abi. She told me just make him. She told her to make dua and done the therapy for 7 days. The results were miraculous. He cured simultaneously. And another incident occurred with my father. He had joint pains. It was after 3 or 4 months. Then again we done that same therapy. He was unable to move from the bed even. He didn't talk. I was concerned about what's happening to my father. He was unable to even drive. He waited for the driver to come or for his son to come and make him drive somewhere. But when I made him listen Surah Rahman, I told him therapy and he made dua. Then I think it was second or third day. He got up from her bed, got worried that what he has to do or what not, and started driving and doing her course, what were left. This was also another happiness or life turning point for me that made my belief even stronger. Sometimes it happens when we are questioning. We don't have that things in our knowledge, but we're questioning ourselves. But this thing is, I think, beyond question. Where your question ends, it starts from there. So your power ends, it starts from there. That's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
You understood her?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like you think that the remedy or the treatment starts where the questioning ends, or
She says where our limitations come, the Lord starts from there. Our limitations.
Okay.
Now my limits reached, and this love or remedy or Lord, it just starts from there. We as humans, we do have many powers. Our knowledge is still limited, and where our knowledge or our limits or our powers ends, the love starts from there. A Lord starts from there, or this divine intervention starts from there, or this remedy works there. Wherever we have no solution, like her father was having uncontrolled hypertension. She's a medical student, 3rd year, 4th year, and her father was using those drugs, and blood pressure was continuously higher side. It was 160 or 110 or like this, not responding to any treatment. She applied this therapy, and the results were miraculous. This blood pressure got control and he was fine. After 4 or 5 months, he suddenly developed this severe arthritis and morning stiffness and unable to drive or sit or like daily activities. So once she again requested him to do this, and he had again miraculous result, like from day 2 or day 3 he started a daily routine or what. As a medical student, but as a beneficiary of the therapy, she said, I want to share the same thing with him. That his father, her father and mother also, or I think in both the cases father, he benefited twice. So as a medical student, she says that I do think on it, but our knowledge can't explain this phenomena. As I showed you this music therapy also, it does work. it also works, but in certain cases only. And this Dhamal therapy, the lady was doing, it also works on some certain people. But this therapy is for, this is ultimate remedy, I call it ultimate remedy. When you have no other answer, I do apply it on every kind of disease. In systemic sclerosis cases with gangrene on the digits, they got cured. I just requested them to stop your too much recitations. Sometimes we are overcharging us. Even this, whatever recitation we are doing, from whichever religion we are calling basically the same power, or connecting ourselves to that higher power, but not at the same time practicing the real meanings.
Like normally.
Like many of us doing rituals, the religious rituals, but practically socially we are not doing it. Socially we are not that much pious humans, or not honest humans, not loving to the others, which the divine power actually wants us to stay in harmony, to live in harmony and love. And then this is all just I would say diplomatic behavior.
Yes.
Yes.
This was the experience happening with my own eyes. That made me believe even stronger. But it's applicable even if you are a believer or a non-believer. He has mercy on every person. I would say on every creature.
She is now applying it to the other people as well, and she is sharing with me. She came first time today. Before she was just on phone with me. She said that to certain people she offered who was not believer in this therapy, but they were in so much pain, they said okay, we'll do it. And then they got benefited. So how it is working even on non-believer and unbeliever? I said this is beyond belief. It is just surrender to the divine intervention, and he is always there. He is always there. He is not rejecting anyone. I found him all the time forgiving, all the time love and mercy. But most of the times when I am not getting results in certain patients, I found it was not the Lord. It was the other human being who is not forgiving him.
Not the patient, but
Yeah, the patient. The patient is doing the therapy, but the results are not coming. And he or she is talking to me that why I am not getting benefited. This patient got this is the bottle. Why not me? Then I just talk to them sometimes, just a casual talk or just soul searching. And then I found that he is repeatedly saying that I have forgiven all. Then suddenly I said, might be someone else is not forgiving you. It is not the Lord. It is someone else, and it's someone's curse, and you are suffering it. So God can't intervene in it till that person is not forgiving you. And suddenly they get reminded, and they said, oh yes, I think one lady, I cheated on her, and she cursed at that time to me, and yes, that curse is still with me. Oh, now I solve it. Yeah. Then I tell them, okay, now you charity your good deeds. You say to Lord that whatever good deeds I have, please give the compensation to that lady. Okay? That energy you give it to her, wherever she is. Only you knows. And I am ready to surrender my all good deeds. You just give it to her. At least she forgive me. Maybe her heart gets softened, or like this. And then I get results. So sometimes it is the compensation we need. Or maybe they are not, it is not the Lord. We are asking mercy from Lord. Lord is ready for mercy. But it is some fellow human who is not forgiving us. It is our own wrongdoings. We did something wrong with maybe our servant, or maybe our employee, or maybe while doing medical practice, I was not honest to my patient, or by doing business, I was cheating on the people, or anything else. Now the consequences are coming. This universe is full of echo. This ecosystem it will come back. Or I think few people call it karma or something like that. It does work. It is there.
So how do you decide what's it different therapies to
I usually offer to all this ultimate remedy, Surah Al-Rahman. But few people, if I found them like for paralysis patients, pure paralysis patients, out of medical diseases. For all medical diseases, I offer this Surah Rahman. But if they are suffering this paralysis or brain disease, some kind of brain disease, or like Parkinson's, too much vibrating or like this, I offer them this one Qasida Burda Sharif in the voice of Qari Khushi Muhammad. I will send it to you and I will give you English subtitle like
from the app, right?
the same. I will send you on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay, that is for paralysis. I will write it down on there. So otherwise, like some kind of maybe atheist, and he says, no, I will not listen to Quran or your religious scripture, or I don't want to listen. I said, okay, you don't say Allah. At least you believe your own self. What your name is, for example, your name is Moses. Okay, you say 3 times Moses. You call your own name. At least you believe in your own self, being an atheist. So to them, I say, okay, you listen to this music. You listen to this music. Then I offer them this music therapy, which I just was showing to you. This Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, the Mast Kalandar, Mast Kalandar. I say, okay, just feel it with your heart, but at least clean your heart. Just forgive the others. You yourself just pray for others, and if you have did something wrong with others, at least repent in your own self. Don't go to them, but inside your heart, at least you feel ashamed that if you did something wrong in the past, so at least you feel repentance and you forgive others. And now just feel this music therapy for this, whatever the sickness you are suffering. Or if the person is like a little bit, you can say psychologically sick patient. The psychological sick patients, I also use this music therapy, for music therapy. And usually I recommend them for 7 days, consecutive 7 days, they should listen it, close eyes. Whatever comes in your heart, you say it. The best formula is, I will transfer you 3-4, the Surah Rahman, the Qasida, the musical therapy. I will give some captions or some hints, okay, apply this one or this one or this one. But I gave you this experience of 2-3 you already experienced over here. So once you telling others, whatever comes in your heart, always listen to the first call of your heart. It will never be wrong. The heart, not brain. So whatever comes first in your heart, you tell them. If somebody cannot listen, you can offer them this therapy of water 3 times, Allah, 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 or God, 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 or Bhagwan, 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 whatever he can say with love, and with 3 sips of water, and then open your eyes. This small meditation will work on them, and then they can continue it. Your own experience and your self-experimentation will teach you more than my lectures or my hints. But do it selflessly. Do it just selflessly, and then think on these things. Even I sometimes put my fingers on the pulse of the patient, and deep inside my heart, on every patient, I say 3 times Allah. They thought I am checking it. So apart from that one man which I discussed with you, I usually keep on, while in intensive care unit, I am doing it, I am looking at the monitor, and I observed many strange changes in the rhythm and the monitor, and sudden improvements. Even there is a difference between right and left. Okay, yes, this is not one body. Okay, the one cell of 23 chromosomes of father and 23 chromosomes of the mother, they united, it's one cell now. Like a copy, it opened. This is a copy or a book, the 1/2 and the 1/2, right from here. Okay, I divide it into, this is my divine part or my positive part or connected with the higher being, and this side, the left side of mine, is my own self part, and both are inside together. In spiritual language, they will tell you the chakras or energy points, 7 points or 5 points. What I am telling you is beyond these all points. It's above than this. After all these exercises, where you reach, I am giving you this thing right today from here. You can reach over there. Leave with these all things. These are all theoretical things. The practical is something different. Okay, so all the people out of these, even Muslims, I don't discuss these things usually with them. Just tell them and request them, please stop it. They agree, okay, fine. Now, okay, I am not giving them too many explanations. They get confused, or they may get offended religiously. That might be I am anti-religion talking to them or telling them to stop this too much religious practice or like this. So majority of the people are mostly ladies or many people. Once we are not getting the results of our worldly affairs, worldly matters, or our social problems, or whatever problems, they start too much recitations. Okay, too much recitations or too much prayers or kind like this. But this prayer and recitation is all for the Almighty. It is not for the worldly gains. And they start doing this like this. Like I have to appear in my exam, I should study. I am not studying, but I am doing this. Or I have some problem with my in-laws. I should mend my ways. I should improve the relations. That I am not doing. But I am doing too much recitation that my mother-in-law should die or should not come or like this. So this is the wrong use of the energy. This is the wrong use. This is not a prayer. This is a curse. And Lord doesn't like it. So rather than this prayer is rather than hurting me. And my heart is getting harder and harder, or my self is getting harder, because I am thinking I am very much pious and others are just lowest beings. And again, this is pride, and it is damaging me. This every prayer or any prayer should make me more humble, rather than if I am getting bossy and I am getting, this is not prayer. This is not prayer. It is the wrong path. And my heart is getting harder, and my physical being is also getting affected. Our spirit, it is actually connected with the main great superpower. So if my focus of my spirit is no more the Supreme Lord, focus of my spirit is the worldly affairs. So the spirit is distracted now. I am sitting in light, but I just stops looking towards the light. I am still in the light, but I am thinking I am very much into the light. But now my back is towards the light. If I am like this, I am focusing on the light, I am more in the light. So same is true for the spirit. If the spirit or my thought process, whatever you call it, I am living in my thought process actually. Out of this whole clock, this whole body, I am living in my heart or my thinking or the Javed, the Dr. Javed or Mr. Urs. Where is he living? Not in Germany and neither in Pakistan. He is living in this side. And where in this is right in heart, in thoughts, in my thoughts. I am, but I am thinking. Yes, that's true. Then my feelings, my thinkings, and all the time I am thinking, this is me. This is me. And this is continuously in touch on internet with the main server or the Lord or the Supreme Power. But if I stops looking at him, my focus is no more, my attraction towards this Lord is no more there. Like you can say, I am just an iron, piece of iron, and the Supreme Lord is the magnet. So if I stop loving the magnet, my focus is no more, my urge, my passion is no more the magnet. So I am now just a piece of wood. Getting me?
Yeah.
So, or dead body. I am no more iron. Okay? Similarly, if I stop focusing on the light, rather I am thinking I am light, or I am now more interested in a lady or in money or in something else, but my focus is no more there. So my spirit is away from the main source of charger, the main energy, I am away. So spirit will get weaker. Spirit is getting energy from the main energy house, that unexplainable energy storehouse. I am no more connected with it, or my connection is weaker because I am more focused in the matter. I am more focused in the matter and not in the energy. So, the moment energy is no more my option, and my option is matter, or my choice is matter, and I am focused in matter, and my spirit will get weaker because it needs energy, continuous connection. It is weaker, and after few days the body will start getting weaker, and doctors will name, oh sorry, you are having this disease or this disease or this disease, because my choice is matter, and matter is not flawless. It has many flaws, many costs in it, many side effects, and everything is having cost. So spirit gets weaker and body gets diseased. Now if you have to repair them, the spirit should be connected back to the light, the main source of energy. Once the thought process is again focusing at the master, or the Lord, or the Allah, whatever you call him, the supreme power, once you are focusing again him, or you are in trouble, like your aeroplane is falling suddenly, oh my god, oh, even atheist is doing, oh my god. So from where this reflex action starts, from where this oh my god starts? He was an atheist. Once this happened with me. I was traveling from Saudi to Karachi, and we were near Karachi, and there were too many air pockets there. So one atheist was sitting beside me. He was a Britisher, and just casually he started with me, what are you doing? I told, I am a physician, like this. He straightforward said to me, you being a Muslim, you must be a strong believer in law. I said, of course. But you are a doctor. I said, yes. Why you are talking this bullshit? Oh, I was just surprised that he's so straight. He said, I am an atheist. You should, as a biologist, you should be believing in the evolution theory. You should not be creationist. Now this discussion started, and we were talking. I was just casually talking to him and just telling him. He was not ready. I was in my interest was to offer him this at least water therapy, to convince him and just do it while on the aeroplane. And he was not ready to listen anything. He was just talking that there is no Lord and nothing is there, and this is evolution or whatever we're talking. So it was already 3 hours. We reached by the Karachi. So this was a big air pocket, or something happened. Might be the pilot was not experienced or whatever. Suddenly it was a big dip, and even one air hostess, and trolley got fumbled, everything. Pilot's voice came, please fasten your seatbelt like this. So it was a panic sudden. So he was doing this, oh my god, and it was too much turbulence. So he did the seat belting, and suddenly he told me, oh, fasten your seatbelt. So I started laughing. I was just looking at him, and he was saying, oh my god, it was too much turbulence. Anyways, the plane got settled. He said, now don't tell me that you are a strong believer. This is stupidity. You should have fastened your seatbelt. I said, leave it to me. You first tell me, you are a very strong believer. You are not an atheist. He said, no, I am atheist. I said, but why you were continuously saying, oh my God, whom you are calling? But he was a fair man. He suddenly gets stopped and starts looking at me. And once we were landed immigration area, he said, Dr. Javed, I think it's a reflex in us. It's a reflex in us, and it must be built in. I said, okay, keep on thinking. I said, you almost convinced me. I am ready to be an atheist now. But the moment you did this, oh my God, I am again evaluating the things. He started laughing, and he said, no, I will think on it. I think it is in our reflex. I said, okay, keep on thinking. So that supreme power is there. So once we are connected or feeling connected with him or trusting him that he or she, whatever the power is, he can take care of my every need, or he can take care of me in any disaster, anything else, I will be fearless. Once you are fearless, you are spiritually very strong. Fear is the most paralyzing thing. Fear of failure, fear of any fear. So if you trust him, he is the ultimate truth or ultimate power or whatever. So once the spirit is connected, the body will heal immediately. It will take few days and it will settle down. Because body is slow in this paradigm or in this time frame, spirit is fast, the speed of light. So body will take time, but it will heal. This is all I can explain. This is energy of, we can charge our own selves if we connected with it. If we broaden our horizon, we think of or we believe above our limitations, out of our well. This is the thing. This is our limited knowledge, and then we are just insisting on that this is the final truth. No. Final truth is beyond comprehension, and it is there. We should analyze in our life at least once with full honesty that is there someone really there or no? And we should be honest. If our inner answer is no, someone is there and he is beyond my understanding or capacity, but he is there or she is there or whosoever is there, then stick to it and trust him. He will help you or provide you or prove you everywhere his presence. He will not let you go. He will help you. He will not break your confidence. And sometimes if you think, oh no, today he didn't help me, or it is so many days and he is not helping me, once the time final comes, you will realize, no, I was wrong. This is the right time of this thing. And now I am better benefited by this decision of the divine intervention, or you can say mercy, or whatever you can call him. If your decision is no one is there, okay, you should be honest on it. There is no one, so at least I am there. So now if only I am present there, so everything I have to do, stand up and do your own job and do whatever you want to do, and if you can do, okay, do it. But if I am not successful and certain things are beyond my capacity, I should be honest and I should understand it. No, someone is there. If someone is there, even before my appearance on this planet, I am hardly here 52 years, and he or she is already there for billion and billion years, already planned such a beautiful universe. Might be this is only, whatever we are seeing, this is only one single black hole, a population of one single black hole, and there is beyond many other heavens, and we don't know. We cannot even get out of it. We don't know. This is our limitations. But still, for so many years, never sun hit the moon or moon sun hit. They are all fixed, and just they are following a computed fixed parameter. So someone has planned. I can see this is all an ocean. This is all an ocean, or you call it ether or whatever, and we are sitting on a spaceship. We are sitting on a spaceship and it is traveling, and whosoever made it should be so much gigantic and so much big, it's beyond our comprehension. Like these ants, the small ants, we never bother them while walking. How many killed already under our feet? We are dinosaurs for them. Okay, we never bother them. Why they are in our house? Why they are here or there? Might be it was their honeymoon day, might be they were wedding, might be it was their kids' school. No botheration. No botheration. So he is seeing I don't know from where, and we are not even ants for him. But he's still loving us, and he's still taking care of us and providing each and everyone sustenance, food or whatever. Oxygen at least. Who thought of this oxygen? And this composition of 21% in this. If it was 79% oxygen, which is more, it should be more beneficial, more available. All of us must have developed ARDS. We need 21%. Why this 79 nitrogen is there? In the start, my medical teacher, in the first year, he poked us with this question, pricked us. That oxygen is only 21% and nitrogen is 79%. Now you people at the end of 5 years must tell me what is the use of 79% nitrogen. It is useless. And we were all first year of medical college, and we were all thinking that why uselessly he made 79% nitrogen. So later on we found that it is very much important for lung capacity or volume and all these things. So someone planned it very beautifully. Whosoever he is bigger than our engineering or our biology or our thoughts or our understanding. Our knowledge is limited. We should continue the medicine. I am doing medicine. I am doing intensive care. We should continue it. We should keep on researching on it, making it easier for the other humans and for others. But wherever we have no answer, we should at least surrender to him. Take the divine help. Take the company's help and put on company default settings and take the help. Like yesterday I found there are more than 300 apps in it. I hardly use 5 or 6. And they send a notice that updating is going on, and it took a little bit more time. I said, why? They said 296 left. I said, why so many labs? I never used it. Same as a doctor, we know that out of 3 trillion cells, we hardly use 1 billion, not even 10 million, I think, or maybe 1 million. So what is the use of other cells of the brain? But they cannot be useless. Nothing is useless in this world. So they must be doing some other kind. But we know magnetism, electricity or some other waves. We might not be knowing many other waves. And they are working and we are in order. Our hard disk is there. Our data is continuously storing inside us. So even if I die, hard disk is with him and he can make the new computer with the same hard disk. It will be the same cloning of the Dr. Javed. It will be the same. So now we can understand that this is possible. The same hard disk, if it is there and the whole data is there and the whole program is there, this body is gone, and through that hard disk he can make a new computer with all the same features of Dr. Javed, and he can make it. If he can make it first time, he can make it many times. For him, I think it is beyond our comprehension. So I think we have to surrender. This is my conclusion. In our life, we have to surrender to him, the final authority. We have to become zero in front of him, only in front of him. Then he is with us. Whosoever the human is, he is dealing equally. Like a mom is not differentiating between the smarter guy or clever guy or naughty boy or girl. For mom, all the kids are the same. Once they are grown up, then a little bit preferences of mother might be there, that he is more obedient or she is more earning or they are more caring and he is just naughty always. Is there. But still she didn't discard any single kid. I never find a mom throwing away her mentally crippled kids into the furnace or anywhere else or dump them. No, they keep on taking care of them. So love. The message is love, unconditional love. Rest, to gain the spiritual powers, to fly in the air, or to read someone's mind, or to tell them their past or present, is all jugglery. Love is spirituality, unconditional love. Unconditional. All I have is this traditional, we call it Ajrak and Sim. This is like my Baba wear it. Okay. This is for you. Oh. Okay.
خلق الإنسان علمه